Hey class, what's happening? Math 1D. All right, so as you know, this is the lesson for this week. There's going to be only two. So the first lesson is today, and remember, we ended up with what's called solving for the solution, all right, of a systems of equation, and the solution is where these two equations, which is called the slope-intercept form, they're put in the slope-intercept form. Why? Because you got y equals mx plus b, right? The m is the slope, the b is the intercept. So these two equations are called slope-intercept form. Okay, and remember we initially did graphing. All right, so if we graph this one here, okay, because it's going to be in a graph grid, we want your x comma y. Where do they intersect? Where does this line intersect with that one? So we're going to call this one A. So here we're going to have the starting point, which is what? 3. On your y-axis, 3 right there. Okay, and on the grid, it's basically called 0, 3. Okay, and then your m, which is move, but we call it slope, right? I always said move. Yeah, that's where it's going to move. So m is the change in y over the change of x. Remember, the change of y goes up or down. Up or down. So this is going to be 4 over 1. So it's going to go up 4 and 1 to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 to the right. And then the opposite is down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 to the left, and so forth. And then you have your straight line. It should be a straight line. Excuse my line. All right, I didn't have a ruler. I do have a ruler, but where is it? I don't know. Okay, but so in this essence, we have to graph it, right? I don't have a ruler, but I got music. Hey, 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 hey. All right. So, anyways, so now on this one, we're gonna start with your B, correct? Because it's in the slope-intercept form. So the 11 is on your y. 11 is right there. So I'm going to put a dot. And on the graph grid, it's technically 0, 11. All right? And then your m is a change in y over the change in x, which is negative 2 over 1. Yeah, because negative 2 over 1 is 1. Negative 2, I mean. So remember, the change of y is up or down, right? Up or down. So we're going to go down because it's negative. And the 1, a lot of kids want to go to the left. But because it's positive, we're going to go to the right. Hey, hey, hey. Woo, woo. So now we're going to go ahead and graph it. Ready? We're going to move it. It's a slope. But and move. That's fine. So negative 2 over 1. So down 2, 1 to the right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. 1. All right. So basically, that's what it is. All right. It's a graph. And there's your point of intersection right there. But you see how if you don't have a graph paper, it looks all sloppy? So then what we did is we said, hey, why don't we solve it without graphing? Without it. Hey, hey. Wanna. So let's not graph it. Let's just do it using the equal value method because they're both equal to what letter? Y. The same letter. It could have been x equals 4y plus 3. X equals negative 2y plus. It could have been that. But here, they're both equal to y, so we're going to go ahead and put the equations together. 4x plus 3, let's set it up. There you go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and solve for x. We have x's on both sides. Let's take care of it, all right? So I want the smallest number usually, and we have to do the opposite. So opposite, and then we got to do what's called the t-chart. Okay, so we're going to put plus 2x on both sides. Okay, and we get 4x plus 2x. Well, we don't need to do this, so that's 6x plus 3 equals 11. Okay. Wait, I think I should have changed it. Sorry, I made a boo-boo. It should have been so that 11, 8, 12. No, hold on. This should have been. I knew it because of the fact that it's not really gonna. It intersects, but let's make it easier. So let's say it's it's not about 15. Let's say it's 15. All right, 15. Let's put 15. All right, don't worry about the graph. We kind of understand it. All right, so we're going to put 15. So now we're going to go ahead and take away 3, right? Because we want to isolate the variable, but we got this constant in the way. So we got to do its opposite and then t-chart over here. Okay, so minus 3. So that's 6x equals 15. Take away 3. Yeah, it's 12. Now we're going to divide by 6, and x is 2. All right, so my x is 2, right? But what's my y? Now I could use any of these equations. Remember, we changed this to 15. Sorry about that. So I could use this one. All right, y is equal to 4 times x plus 3. Remember, x is what? 2. So 4 times 2, y is equal to 8 plus 3, which is 11. So your answer is, the value of x is what? 2. The value of y is 11. Okay, so that's your point of intersection. Your solution is what? Your point of intersection, your solution is x comma y, which is 2 comma 11. All right, nice. Bailando de jalao, cumbia caliente para amanecer bailando amacizaao, cumbia caliente para amanecer. So now that's the equal value method which we've done. Okay, that's the equal value method which we did last week. All right, now the next level is, what if one is still in the y equals mx plus b form, but the other one is all weirdo? It's all like, what? What's this? Okay, so now this is called what's called standard form. You still got a term with an x, you still got a term with the y, and then you still got a constant. All right, this is called your standard form. Now today, we're not going to graph it, we're not going to do all that stuff. We're basically, I'm telling you that this is a graph. This, if you put it in the y equals mx plus b form, all right, the slope-intercept form, it's a graph. Well, how do you know? Well, let's go ahead and do that. So 4x plus 2y equals 22, right? So now, I want to convert this into y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to put y equals mx plus b. All right? So now, what am I going to do? Well, first, I want to isolate the term with the y. So I need to get rid of this negative, this 4x, 0 pairs. So opposite. So opposites, right? And then your t-chart. So this is opposite, this is opposite. Okay? So now we got 2y equals, remember, I want mx. M is a number. So this one is your number with the x. So I'm going to put negative 4x. And then your b, your constant, the one without the variable, is 22. Now I could divide by 2. Just like what you've been doing before. If I had 2y equals 10, right? I divide by 2. Y equals 5. However, here you have another term, but with an x. So I have to divide everything by 2. So now I get y is equal to, what's negative 4 divided by 2 with the x? Yeah, negative 2x. What's 22 divided by 2 and they're both positive? Yeah, 11. So see, I converted this standard form into what's called the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Got it? All right. I'm going to do another example. So that's what we're doing today. Very simple. We're doing this. That's it. That's it? Yeah, that's it. And later on, we'll do the other stuff. All right? So let's go and let me give you another example. All right? Let's go. I'm going to give you A. 18x plus 3y equals negative 9. All right? Here's the problem. All right? So we got the one with the x, the one with the y, and the constant. So that's called standard form. We got to do it, right? Standard form. So now we want to convert it to the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to put y equals mx plus b. All right? And remember, this is a 9, negative 9. All right. So let's check it out. We got 18x. I want 13y by itself. Eventually, I want y. But in order to keep isolating, I need to do the opposite of 18x. I need to get rid of this 18x. Opposite T-chart if we can. Right? So negative 18x on both sides. Let's go ahead and put 3y equals, which one goes first? mx or the b? Yeah, the one with mx. Negative 18x. And then the b is your constant, the one without the letter. Hey! Alright, here we go. Now what do I do? Right? 3y. This is like 3y equals 15. Alright, it's like that. Don't let it confuse you just because it has a negative 18x. Just go ahead and do the same thing you've done before. Divide by 3 and divide everything by 3. And then let's see what do we get. Y is equal to negative divided by positive is negative. 18 divided by 3 is 6x. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And we keep the negative. So there it is. There it is. Woo. There you go. So we converted the standard form to y equals mx plus b. All right. Should I do one more? One more? All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's all we're doing, guys. That's it. So I got this one. 14x minus 2y. Oh, that was weird. Minus 2y equals negative 6. All right. So now we're going to convert this standard form into y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form. Okay? So let's do this, all right? Here we go. So we got 14x minus 2y. I want the negative 2y here, so I need to get rid of this one right here. Opposites. So the opposite is minus 14 with the x on both sides, all right? So then we got negative 2y equals, which one am I going to put first? The one with the x or without it? Hey! Yeah, the one with the negative 14x. Let's go and write it. Alright, here we go. Now what do I do? Yeah, divide by what? Negative 2. So remember, negative 2, because that will give you a 1 when you divide. Okay, so y is equal to negative divided by negative is positive. 14 divided by 2 is 7x. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And there you go. Y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form. All right, pretty good? Easy, easy. All right, one more. Because I'm only going to give you 8 problems to do. And that, what? It took us like 1 minute. I should give you like 30, but I won't. I'll give you about 8. So 24x minus 54 equals 6y. All right? 6y. Look at that. Look at that. Babe. Okay, so now look at this problem. All right? But mister, the y's over here. So technically, it could be y equals mx plus b. That's what you're used to. But can it be mx plus b is equal to y? Yeah, that's no problem. You just switched them. No problem. See, so here I could put y equals mx plus b. It's just the opposite, all right? You could just divide by 6, right? Because there's your y right here. I want the y. So I'm going to divide by 6 and then solve it and then leave it as is. Or what can you do? Just flip them. Yeah, just flip them. If it's confusing, just flip them. You got 6y over here. You don't have to do 0 pairs because you're just switching them. You got 24x minus 54. Okay. Now what do I do? Yeah. Divide by 6. Very good. Divide by 6. Y is equal to 4x minus 9. And that's it. Okay? So all you did is you flipped them, and then all of a sudden you divided right there. Now some problems you don't have to do 0 pairs because it's already like negative 2y, and you just divide. So just be careful with that. And the last two are a little tricky. The last two, so just see if you can get it, all right? Opposites. Hint. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll see you soon. We'll talk to you later. Ay. Woo! Caballito.